Hello, hi. My name is Anupam. I am one of the founders of Fabriclore, and uh, okay, let's have a. You can have any question in between if you feel like. So let's make it a little interactive. I don't want to have it a very one-sided conversation. So let me first take you through who we are. Okay, so we started long back in 2016 to do something in the fabric space. And why fabric? Because so none of the founders come from fabric background, and we did not know what to do. It was an experiment. We all the three were in some kind of respective jobs, and we started Fabriclore back in 2016. So in 2016 we started as a B2C company for fabrics. So what did we do unique? We made fabrics available online. Sounds very simple, but it is not very simple. Why? Because of one very basic thing, that just like this mic, this mic is physically discrete. This mic is one mic in one hand. Fabric is not 1 meter connected to another meter. It is actually connected to another meter. So the nature of fabric makes this very, very complex. This inventory management, selling online, it was super, super complex. So in our journey from 2016 until we stumbled upon Frappe, we have tried probably, I think, 6-7 products, probably you name it. All the products that we have tried, we've tried Unicommerce, we have tried, this Vinculum, we have tried so many, cloud-based software that have been doing rounds these days. We have tried a shitload of stuff, like a lot of stuff, right? And today, what we are doing is very different from what we did back in 2016. It was a B2C company, now we are a B2 company. So in a single word, what we do, we are building the sourcing OS for global fashion businesses. And for what? For fabrics, right? So let me take you through why fabric and why not garmenting. Why? Because Rajasthan is kind of a hub of garmenting, and why fabric? Where are we coming from? And everything. Let me just take you through. So let's just take a big picture that I don't know how many of you know that India is the 6th largest exporter of garment and textile, way, way, way behind even much smaller countries than us, despite such an enormous infrastructure that we have. So that is why we decided to shift to B2B space in the fabric sourcing back in 2022. Back then, we'll talk about, how did we start our journey. So this gives you an idea that, how far India is behind the rest of the countries like Vietnam, Bangladesh, Turkey, China, Qatar, don't even talk. Like, $260 million in India is still $37 million. So we are way, way behind. That is why Fabriclore is doing what we are doing, right? Okay. And let's talk about the India story. So India, if you look at, probably I think everybody knows, especially people in Jaipur, जो garmenting में है, or I think everywhere, even in Mumbai, I think Mumbai is pretty much a hub for garmenting, textile. Jaipur is one of Delhi NCR. I think India ka one of the, after agriculture, I think one of the oldest legacy sector is textile, and it has enormous capacity, 12,000 processing units, almost I think 3,400 mills, fabric mills. And what we are doing, we are building an aggregation platform for all the mills and all the processing units, not on a marketplace model, but on a 1P model. 1P model means that we are the face, and we do it everything for you. As a solution approach, as a product approach. So that's what Fabriclore has been doing. What is the problem with the India story is this. Again, a little theoretical, but I'll talk before so that you have a little context of what we are doing. 80% of the fabric production sits in decentralized MSME clusters, largely large integrated factories in India. And many of you who are into garmenting, they would know that how difficult it is to work with the processing side. The printers and dyers, and even the discovery of weaving mills. There are fabric is an ocean. Fabric का कोई end नहीं है. Fabric, every season probably anybody who is into making the garment or anybody who is wearing the garment, they know that every season there is something new in the fabric what you're wearing, right? So India has only 2% of the global shuttle less looms. Most looms are old, inefficient, scattered, and we are organizing them. Value chain is not connected by digital system. This is one of the biggest issues in comparison to China, in comparison to Vietnam, and in comparison to Turkey. We are not vertically integrated as a industry, right? And as I've already mentioned, there are 10,000 plus processing units. So just look at the scale, and after that scale and what we are trying to build is big. I mean, just to give you a context, that we are a VC funded company. We have been also into Shark Tank, and probably I think these are the two contextual things that I'm giving you. So what we are building is something very enormous as a problem, right? And that is why we spent almost 6 months, even more than that probably, to figure out that what platform should we choose. We went to, of course, the two names that often come across. We did even consider even SAP as well. We did even consider Microsoft Dynamics as well. Outright rejection. The operating costs were absolutely insane. Then we spent very deep. We went into Odoo. Very deep. We went to Zoho. 6 months. I'm telling you that not many people take. And why we had to take this 6 months? Because what we are building is very complex. We will get to know that why fabric is a very complex material to handle. Unlike any physically discrete item. Let's say I'm wearing this shirt. One shirt is separate from another shirt, and this is not the case with fabric. And then it adds enormous amount of complexity in the overall system, right? So we had considered Odoo and Zoho. We had flexibility issue. We had operating cost and licensing problem, and most importantly, the scalability. Very particularly, I was also enamored by Odoo, as probably a lot of marketing that we see of late of Odoo. Odoo has been pretty much on every billboard wherever I go these days, and I thought that this must be something. And then when you really go deeper into understanding Odoo's licensing, it is absolutely nuts that something like this even exists. Like, I've been very critical about it, but we had absolutely zero doubt that we're not going to go for something like Odoo. Zoho, we gave it a chance, but when we stumbled upon Frappe, my first interaction was with Govind. I invited my whole team. We were about, I think, 7-8 people in the conference room. I invited Govind, and this demo went for almost, I think, 2.5 hours to 3 hours. And we had this moment, which I can probably, say it may not be appropriate, but it was a what the fuck moment. What kind of product is that? It was an absolute crazy that every question that we threw to Govind, okay, it may not be, possible firsthand in the product, but it was possible to do, right? It was possible to create it, as I think the previous speaker was saying, that if it is not there in the default product, you can make it work. The room and possibilities were enormous, and that was the moment, and that was the beginning of our Frappe story, right? So I'll take you through what we were doing before Frappe, right? So before Frappe, we were using 6 different softwares, right? Number one, Vinculum, inventory, warehouse, and order management. Not a bad product, pretty decent, pretty fantastic product. I'll not say that it is not bad product. Shopify for content management system, website, and inquiry generation. Monday.com, a very interesting product that probably I'm not sure if anyone of you know. It is like it's like an intelligent spreadsheet that you can, without coding, do anything on it. Then we were using reference for quotation management and delivery note. Then we were, of course, using the omnipresent tally for accounting and finance, and lot of Google Sheet, and lot of for reporting, right? So come ERPNext, and we combine this all into a single ecosystem, not even Shopify. So we are now, we are so bullish about Frappe that even our website part is also, the CMS of the website is also getting built on Frappe. I'm not just talking about ERPNext now, but I'm talking about the Frappe framework. And then we got so bullish about this that even the CMS part is going into the Frappe ecosystem. So as I already said, inventory, warehouse, order, of course, the forte of ERPNext. Content management system, not many people can probably imagine that Frappe can also be used as a content management system. We are doing that. Production, project management is a regular stuff, quotation, and all of this is a regular, it's like a cakewalk for Frappe. That's what I believe now. Okay, I'll talk about some very unique challenges that are particular to us, and then probably you'll take some inspiration from this, right? Number one is the fabric inventory management. Probably the most complex material to handle. I'll give you, I've already described you that, fabric is in meters, right? And it is sold in meters, it is received in meters, and it is cut, and then it is again inward, then it goes outward for subcontracting, then it is come back after subcontracting. How do we manage a single SKU with so many cut pieces without wasting it, right? So how do we decide that when I have so many pieces of the fabric, 500 meters, 1000 meters, 10,000 meters of the same fabric, how do I intelligently assign orders? How do I do all of this? All of this was possible with, of course, our partner and Frappe's capability that you throw a challenge to it and it can handle it, right? So if anyone probably has any question about it later, you can ask that. Fabric is pretty complex material. Any fluid material, whether it is a pipe, let's say a running pipe, or a bar, or a fabric, anything that is running length, it has enormous complexity from right from the production of it until what you make out of it, right? So this was probably one of the most complex part with us. A unique, second problem that we had was, not problem, second very unique business model case that we have is, we are a mix of B2B, which is your traditional, CRM. You talk to a customer, generate a quotation, your typical, CRM journey that you have an opportunity, you make a quotation, and then you close a sales order, typical journey. But we also have a website which has productized the fabric sourcing. So there are hundreds and thousands of type of fabric that probably any garmenter would know. We have made its sourcing productized via our website, right? So we have this very complex, we are in fact working on logics and systems that can help predict what kind of fabric a brand would like to use for a particular case based on the properties of the fabric, right? And again, this is made possible via the enormous abilities of Frappe as an ecosystem, right? Infinite customizability that one can imagine, right? So, and another thing that we are many, most of the startups or big companies, even in India, are all aggregators. They are all essentially invoice discounting, bill discounting companies that are trading fundamentally. I think आप लोगों ने किसी ने उड़ान का नाम सुना है, उड़ान और so many companies. Basically, India का startup ecosystem is all about aggregating. I think if I really say, not much is happening when the fingers are required to get dirty, which is the processing side of the fabric. So, and we do everything. We do trade, we do production, we have our units which are working for us, and we do subcontracting. So again, everything, everywhere, all at once. This is the third most complex part. Again, Frappe handled with aplomb, right? A lot of things that we are working, we have done it, which are not default, but we have built, on our own, right? Of course, the support of Govind and team. At the last, in last 1 year, what I've been able to conclude that, Frappe is, it's kind of a beast in my opinion, but most important part is that you need to learn to handle it. It's not easy to handle it. Probably we took almost 1.5 months to lay out the business requirement document, BRD, that what should be the scope of work with my partner. So we worked for 6 weeks only to figure out what should be the scope of work and what is going to be the timeline for it, right? So we did not rush into it. We do it in the phases. This is our second learning. Don't try to do everything everywhere all at once, right? And another thing, as much as you hire an expert outside, I highly recommend that, Frappe is such a beast that you'll have to develop your own experts in-house too. Who know how to use this ecosystem. Even if you have an agency, you have to have somebody, experts in and out, both. So these are my 3 biggest learnings. So yeah, that's all about it. Yeah. Anything if you want to ask? Yeah.
There was a blue screen, like a blue slide, where you are saying there are multiple things Frappe can do.
Yeah.
May I take one screenshot? Sorry.
You want to take a screenshot? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go on.
Thank you.
Any question?
Yeah. Yes.
So, what is the biggest challenge that you face from a standalone digital sales? So, one of the things that e-commerce website try to optimize is always the search.
Always the
Search,
search.
right? So, search is critical to an e-commerce business. Now, what I'm assuming is that it is a model of it. So, search would play a huge part in it.
Yeah, very, very much.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's say that this internal system of Frappe is working in that cohorts. If it is not connected to the search to that power level, you will not be able to meet the requirements that even some people might miss. So that is a very different view of it. So a little bit of context, I'm coming from a background of AI ML and
Okay.
how does a rack search and everything new in the search is getting built. So this is one of the areas that is now starting to get explored.
With Frappe, we have developed, of course, with the partner. Until now, we are not getting into AI search yet, right? Very conversational, no, but very semantic, yes. So we have built a semantic search with our new website. The new website is on Next.js, but its CMS is on Frappe, right?
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about.
Huh.
The connection inventory you need to have
Yeah.
with the entire description setup and everything.
Yes,
So
yes.
that you can actually use the search to be able to find it.
Ha.
And that not just one part is semantic, and now the next part is the one that the AI application is going to be built.
That is in our next roadmap. That is very much planned, so that we can have a OpenAI like ChatGPT like search
Yeah.
on products. So that is under development. Under roadmap. At present, it is going to be semantic search that okay, I'm looking for fabric for beachwear in Morocco, right? So it will have some intelligence based on some parameters that we have, and you'll be able to search that kind of fabric.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hi Anupam, good evening.
Hi.
Thanks for sharing the knowledge, and in fact, I'm very well connected with your co-founder Vijay.
Acha, oh, okay.
So I'm a finance guy, chartered accountant. So my question is also around that only. There are 2-3 requirements from the Companies Act, from the compliance side also.
Right.
Simply speaking, one is related to the data backup. Right. Another is related to audit trail. I'm not sure whether you heard it about it.
Okay.
But just wanted to know if you throw some light whether this application is capable of meeting both the requirement. Again, these two things are governed by the statutory act.
Yeah.
Also, now the audits are now changing a lot. Now we are doing, a lot of things in system itself, relying on the system related control, journal IT control and application control.
Right.
So if you can throw some light whether, that is also taken care or like yet to be implemented or whatever you have seen in the application.
I mean, so far I haven't faced. So our audit is done by E&Y, right? Because we have to be compliant. So
They are doing your due diligence. Sorry, but yeah, maybe
the audit is going to be done by them now, right? Okay. DD was done by them, but even the audit is now going to be done by them. So so far I haven't come across. Traceability of the data is fantastic. You can do a lot of, for example, very small thing that I'll come across that, that let's say if, so each doc type in the, each doc type, yeah, some jargon if for some people, has commenting ability, right? And the default Frappe has editable comments, right? And we lock them. We lock them that they cannot be edited after 60 minutes, right? So many such quality of life improvements can be done in even accounting space too, right? In fact, I was recently introduced by Govind to Nutan ji. I think he's here, right? So we are going to have some consultation with him on the finance and accounting compliance part as well. So far, we have not faced any challenge. In fact, we are very much on to having a lot of integration with our banking system as well. So our goal is to probably eliminate, 5 accountants to probably, 1, right? So, and that is possible. Very much possible with what is Frappe is capable of.
Or rather, getting the things done from those accountant only and getting, while increasing the volume, size and...
Yes. So in last, 3 years, we have not increased any accounting people at all, right? Even the present ones are my goal to them, so this is how we work internally, that my goal to, my accountant is that you need to absolutely chill. When are you going to do that, right? So he has to throw challenges to us and we throw it to our partner and then we work things out. So this is how it works.